Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Nick, aka Fantasy Football Help. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Fantasy Football for NFL website the most efficiently way, and stuff you may need to use during your draft. All right, so here, as you click on the league page, because I assume you're already in a league, I am the league owner of this league, but I'd like to show you some key things on here that you may need to use. So right here, as you can see, there's a bunch of things you can flip through that actually help you learn more about fantasy, like players, top 10 players who won't repeat their seasons last year. There are like a bunch of stuff like that, like rankings and stuff, all off of here that you can find. Down here, you see the scoreboard for your league and NFL scores. Down here, you can see the standings that'll show your place moving up and down throughout the season. Things here, the email league and owners are pretty useless, but the depth charts, this is something you may want to look at since we haven't drafted yet. But if you do draft, you'll see everyone's team's depth chart and commence trades possibly, looking at what they need. The discussion's pretty self-explanatory. Transactions, here you can go and you can look at all this stuff. Look at all like the picks, lineup, all the ads, drops, trades, lineups, changes, and stuff like that. You can look at the fees, the draft info. See, this is a huge important thing right here. You need to know what kind of your draft is, so it's live right here. You're going to need to find what the draft date is. Mine is Wednesday, August 19th, 2015. And the draft order, you need to figure out what that is also, because if yours is set, you're going to want to be doing mocks for that position. So say I am number 1 out of number 10 in the draft. I'm going to be wanting to mock for number 1, not number 9 or 2, etc. I think you guys understand. Here you can see the league settings. Mine, I get to edit them since I'm the league owner, but this is very important for you to look at before you draft. You need to remember to look at this. Otherwise, you may fail if you don't realize that it's a PPR or even possibly a 2-quarterback league. That could happen too. And then come draft day, you drafted 1 quarterback, come to realize that everyone else has a bajillion quarterbacks. Alright, and here's the My Team tab. This is where your roster will show. These parts are very important right here. So you can look at the projections of your team, which you need to look at to see what the pros, the fantasy pros, experts I guess you should say, project your players to get points. Up here, you're going to find the add drop trade thing, which will be enabled here once the season starts. Your pre-draft rankings, which you can change at any point. So all players, in reality, you can change all of this. You can edit everything. So say you're like, why would I want Andy Lacy here when Le'Veon Bell is better than him? Which in my opinion he is. And you would just change it. You would drag and drop. Alright, now that you've seen that, we're going to go to the trading block, which is just trades that you want to, so say here you have Adrian Peterson and you don't really want him this season, so you put him up on the trade block and other people might want to trade for him. Here is your editing your team settings. See, my team name is Brady's Deflated Balls. If you get that joke, that's pretty funny. And this is where you can edit co-owner settings. So say you have a friend, so that's email is Nick Lan at gmail.com. You can add him to your co-owner spot. So there you go. And this is a very important thing, because if you don't have a good team name, you know you're never going to win anyways. If you don't sound cool, your players won't play good. Alright, here's the game center. A very thing you should be looking at when all the games happen. Very important to look at. This is also could be used on your phone. From the NFL app, which is very useful too. This is just a matchup that hasn't been undrafted already. Here we have the Players tab. This is where you can find players that have not been, players that have not been drafted yet that you can just add, like here, like you can hit add. So say that's an unrealistic pickup here, Andrew Luck. So say you need a new quarterback, right? And all these guys are taken, and you see Blake Bortles from Jacksonville, and he's playing against Philadelphia, and you really think that Philadelphia is a terrible defense, you pick him up and you can add him to your team, and you have to drop someone though, unless you have room. We will go over things like that in another video, which may be confusing to the newer people. Here you can view the scoring leaders of each season and currently and the weeks possibly. Like say it's week 2 and you want to say who did the best the last week, you can look at that. All of this stuff, player news. This is just, you can look at like the people who are in your team, news of them. And here's the injury report, which you probably will need to look at because you need to know if your players are injured, hurt, probable to play, and stuff like that. Stat corrections, which you never want to lose by one of these. That is when the points are counted incorrectly on the website, and a play gets changed after the game, and screws you over on a few points, and you lose your thing. Right here, this is the draft center. So if you're pre-draft, you're going to want to go here. You're going to want to test your client right here, like what I did. See, look, my computer's good for it. But, yeah, here you can get the draft kit. It shows you even how to draft, which I'm going to make a video on, so you don't need to look at that. And draft lobbies that you can look at. So here's a live draft lobby, and then here's a mock draft. So that you can just join in and mock and learn. Mock draft basically is a fake draft where you learn about how other players will react to your picks and who to really pick. You will learn from the other players. Right here is the fantasy draft board. If you're having a offline draft, you can use this. You can stick it on your wall, get the player labels, and it's very easy to use. I have used one of these before. Very convenient. Here are research. You can research multiple things down here. And then last year, I don't think you guys are going to have this unless you're the league owner, but this is where you can manage things. I'm not going to go over this because I doubt any of you guys are league managers here. And if you are, if you have any questions, drop that down in the comments. And that was all on the NFL.com site review and how to use it correctly. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a great day. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Adios. Have a good day.